Welcome, fellow gamers.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig. You decide when you lose, not other people. And Blabs.
I like pickles.
And co-hosted by our friends from around the internet. If you like common sense, hit that thumbs up button and, of course, the subscribe button. And join us Monday through Friday live at 11 a.m. Central Time. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and SideScrollersPodcast.com. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Are you ready for a great weekend? You are? Oh, that's great to hear. Hey, everybody, I'm Stuttering Craig. We got a great show for you guys today. We're going to finish up the week strong. Finish strong, as my dad always said. My papa has always told me, he said, finish strong, Craig. I said, yes, papa. And so here we go. Hello, Blaz. Great to see you.
Do you actually call your dad Papa?
No, I don't actually say papa.
Well, you never know. I don't know. Some people do in other countries, so I was just checking. But I'm also, hello, chat. Happy Friday. You all made it to Friday. Today's going to be super tismy. I can already feel it.
The tism is real. That's right.
I think so. Really tismy, and I'm actually very excited for it.
I like the phrase that you're coining right now. Really tismy.
Really tismy.
That's right.
Super tisms.
Mega tismy. Well, let's introduce the first. We have two super tism guests today. As I'll tell you, as in your best way, please introduce our tism guests.
All right, so our very first tisms of all tisms is Jeff from World Class Bullshitters. Hello, tisms number 1.
Hello, Tisms Prime and Craig.
And Craig.
Welcome.
And our second tisms of all tisms is Logan. Hi, who's also shopping at the same time.
Oh, okay. Tisms of all tisms. I'll take that. Sure, why not?
Hey, listen, you guys should have heard them before the show started. It's like as soon as they came in together, they're like, "Hey, nice shelf."
I just muted myself and just let them talk.
For 10 minutes straight.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Tell me about your shelf. Tell me more. Come on.
You want to know more about my collectibles?
Too many.
Let me tell you about my shelf I got going on over here. Well, look, glad everybody's with us today. We got a great show. Obviously, Jeff from World Class Bullshitters. Logan, second time on the show. Tell everybody where they about you and why you're important and fun stuff like that.
Sorry about that. I actually just got into the queue, but we'll get into that later. So, but Red Bandana Gaming on YouTube, that's mainly where I am. Do a lot of video game reviews, but mainly controllers, hardware, all that good video game stuff. And then every Thursday night, I have a podcast of my own called Ready to Start Podcast with Click to Enlarge. So, yes, that's me, and that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, love
shopping
it.
for Sony stuff.
Yeah,
well, I'm doing that. Well, but
literally
they queued me up.
You're queued up for the controller.
Uh-huh.
Congratulations.
He's on his way.
More than an hour. Estimated wait time is more than an hour.
What system is this controller for?
The PS5, the Astrobot DualSense. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I'm
trying
an
to get that.
Xbox guy, sorry.
So I have that too. Good.
I love everything about what's happening right here. Well, look, we're glad everybody's with us today. Thanks so much for finishing strong with us here on this Friday. Finish strong Friday, Blabs. That's what we got going on. I'm not gonna lie.
Tismy Friday.
I have a blistering headache right now, and it's okay. I will fight my way through it. It's okay. Lots of water, a little bit of protein to start the day. But I'm glad to be hanging out with you guys. But we are live once again over at Rumble. I'm sorry, we are live over on the green platform. We're not allowed to say that word apparently.
The hard R.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're over on the hard R, the green hard R. So find us over there at greenhardr.com/ That's actually pretty funny.
Greenhardr.com.
But find us over there, which is great links to that down below. You also could have found out that Jeff and Logan were going to be on the show simply by following us over at x.com/sidescrollerpod. Also, we have an Instagram account, don't we, Blabs?
We do, so follow some memes and clips of the show. Otherwise, one of these guys is going to go and harass you and be super tismy on their shelves to you, which actually I'm fine with. So never mind, it's a terrible insult. Listen, no sandwiches for you.
Lack of
You don't follow us on Instagram.
the worst punishment. By the way, Blabs, where are we at with our Instagram right now?
Let me go look. I have to tell you in 2 seconds.
No.
I need to swap over to the many accounts on my Instagram. Okay, we have 1,817 followers.
Wait, we've been doing this every single day since the start of the show, talking about how we have an Instagram account, don't we, Blabs? And we have less than 2,000 followers over on Instagram.
Yes, dude. Lots of people don't like Instagram.
I don't, and I have one.
Exactly. And they keep changing their algorithm so people don't actually see the accounts that they follow anymore.
Have you seen how they changed the blocks now? So now they're more vertical instead of square. Yeah, so I bet people hate those, the ones that made the grid stuff.
Well, no, you can still have that on one section. Like I'm looking, I can't show my phone or else, whatever. But like you still have the squares and then you still have the rectangles. If you just
okay. See that? Yeah, that shows you. I'm on there just.
It's
my Instagram is for
Okay, well, we have an
collection videos.
Yeah.
You can
Lots of people don't like Instagram. If you ask the chat, many of them will tell you that they refuse to go on Instagram.
Okay, well then that's fine. Then don't follow us. I'm just gonna remove it.
You should, because I put in time and effort to post over there. So do it for me. Do it for the Vine. Rip Vine. R.I.P. in heaven.
Yeah, do it for the Vine.
We had so much back then.
Well, you can also listen to the show over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and of course, find us over at sidescrollerspodcast.com. It's a great place. It also redirects to our locals. It's the best. So find us over there, which is great. We're going to be doing more and more stuff over there. I've been chipping away at Blabs to eventually, maybe someday.
I was going to say, lost my arm or something.
No. To watch
Gone now.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Maybe someday. But with that said, if you are new to us over on YouTube, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. I think we're like 20 subscribers away from 91,000. So come on and join the fun. Today I actually posted subscriber only mode in the chat. So sorry, suckers. I just wanted to see how that went. You only need to be subscribed for like 5 minutes. So we'll see what happens.
Oh.
So yeah, it should be fun one today. Let's do our best to get to 1,000 likes and 25 memberships every single show. With that said, I would like to remind everybody that we do have our brand new Normal Man t-shirt available right now in the description down below, as well as our American Pride t-shirt. We are less than 3 months away from America and democracy. So get your American Pride shirt, our biggest seller ever, as well as my daughter's Let Us Skateboard t-shirt, who Young Bonker went over and picked up 19 hours ago. Hey, Young Bonker, my daughter loves you for that. I do have a brand new design coming from my daughter as well. I asked her to put together a design. She went a little more simple this time around. And I can't wait to share with you. It is a Side Scrollers logo shirt. And it's awesome. I'm not going to lie. It's really, really good. So with that said, glad everybody's here. Blaz, please fill us in on today in video game history.
Okay, so I really like the middle one. Anyway, August 9th, we have Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge, releasing back in 1991.
Okay, that's a good one.
And then we have the Trolls in Crazy Land, releasing back in 1991. And this is the game, Craig, I told you yesterday I really wish I could play, because I actually have Trolls on my Boom. You just can't see them right now. And then I have DK Jungle Climber, releasing back in 2007. So there's your gaming history of today on Friday. And if you don't believe me, this is my Boom, and there are my Trolls. See, look at that. 1, 2, 3. So,
is the Trolls game the first NES box to feature a bare butt?
Maybe, but look at that butt.
Is it the only game to feature a bare butt on a Nintendo console?
So, yes, there it is. I really thought it was great, and I ruined Craig's day, but you know what? I'm okay with it, because I got to show off Trolls. Look, here they are again. Yay! Hi. See, Craig didn't even see my troll. Why aren't you looking, Craig? Look at me! Ashley! That would be a meme if you knew Instagram. Craig? Father Craig?
I think she's trolling.
Trolls! I am trolling.
You know, wah-wah sound effect.
So, yeah. What do you mean? What you don't mean? Look at that. Look on number 1 and 3.
Oh, God. Blabs. Games you missed today.
Ah, shit.
This is what I'm waiting for.
Street Fighter Alpha 2.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Didn't
Except
I
for
literally
Super
have a
Nintendo.
Street Fighter yesterday, depending on which country of origin you're looking at?
Harvest Moon.
Yeah, but how about
Ooh.
Trolls in Crazy Land?
I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. What are we even doing? All right. Listen,
for Monday, though, Monday's a banger also, I'm just saying. Like an actual Craig-approved banger. Except for maybe number 3 on Monday, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
But I just want to say, yesterday, the final fight, I had Street Fighter. What are you doing?
Hey, Blabs, promise me on the 23rd you'll get GoldenEye on here, because that is one of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah, if I don't
Facts.
miss it.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, yesterday there was a Street Fighter one. You want me to put another Street Fighter on again?
Yes.
Nah.
Yes.
No, look, Trolls
Yes.
in Crazy Land, butts, and then DK Jungle Climber. You're welcome.
I just can't believe how old the DS is. Like, when I'm reading that's from 17 years ago, I'm like, ooh, the DS is now 20 years old.
Dude,
Yeah.
my DS still
Oh,
works.
2004.
I have the Nintendo DS still, like, not even the Lite or the 3DS or anything. Just
The original model.
maybe it is a Lite. I think it actually might be a Lite, but yeah.
Wow, I remember when I got
works.
mine.
Another game, notable to be released today. How about No Man's Sky?
Ooh.
Pretty big game. PlayStation release. Just throwing it out there. You know, there are some good ones today.
Or hear me out.
Uh-huh.
The Trolls in Crazy Land releasing back in 1991. Look at them butts.
Look at them butts.
Yeah.
Everybody-
Also, I feel like I could totally do like a twink and a redhead with these guys. A twink.
She's out. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Unbelievable, really, Blabs. Well, look, thank you for slowly destroying our show.
You're
single day.
welcome.
Wait, how much is that game worth?
Twink and a redhead show?
Dude, we could make a video game.
Yeah. Which game? The Trolls one?
Yeah, because if it came out in 91, that was like
Yeah.
Super Nintendo time
Crazy
already.
Land.
Yeah. Well, Blabs, do a little research on pricecharting.com for the Trolls Game Boy game or whatever it was.
I got you right here. Loose is $16.99, but there's one on eBay for $249.99.
Look at
Wow.
that. NES special. Oh, bidding sold. It's sold for euros, 134 or 146 USD. I want it. Ah, man, I wish I could mod it and just play it on my PC. I would totally play the shit out of Trolls in Crazy Land. I'm
Jeff
telling
just
you.
saw some.
There's a version for $1,400 on eBay. Like,
CIB?
yeah, it is.
Okay. That's probably
Listen,
why.
can somebody give me $1,400 and then an NES so I can play?
Which NES do you want, the toaster or the top loader?
Whichever.
How about I bring you on the open seas and then we find a way for you to play it? How's that sound? The Trolls game.
Oh, you mean you'll find it modded on Steam or something on Steam, but you know, like a mod of it.
I
I
can
can send
guarantee
you a file of it if you want. I have that. I have a rip of every NES
See-
game ever. So
See, now I'm going to go find a physical copy of it loose.
Listen,
that's-
you guys can find me. The
that's gonna be my
Trolls in
thing.
Crazy Land. I will definitely play that. I'll play shit out of it. Right now, I'm currently playing Zoo Tycoon 2. I'm having a good time. The old.
Maybe I should
2005
ask Retro
games.
Rick if he has it.
All right. Well, shit. Thanks, Vlad. Appreciate it.
Trolls in the dungeon. Anyway.
All right. Well, hey, let's get to some super chats real
Jeff
quick. to
got
start the
that.
show. Thank you guys very much. Sparkshot came in, picked up the Normal Man T-shirt. Hey, thanks, Sparkshot. Genuinely appreciate that. That is spectacular. The operator came in and says, y'all should check out Kino Casino's interview with DSP. It went way better than yours because y'all were dicks to him. Detractors are not all he is. Well, the operator,
You call us dicks and then you send us $5. I love it.
$5, and I honestly don't care. Like, I think it's great that he went on another show. Like, you need to understand that was one show of the, how many shows have we done, Blabs?
Oh, I actually can do this unless I can't math. Okay, we are on episode number 374.
We are on
Nice.
episode 374 of this show every single day, Monday through Friday, right? I said this yesterday, right? Like, that was a cool show. It was like a nice little mark, but at the end of the day, it was like Tuesday for us. You know, like, we really, it was fun, and we're glad. And I hope, and I've said this before, I hope everybody does great. I want Phil to succeed. I want him to get to level 2. So please continue to be mad at us for asking questions 18 months ago. Go ahead. But thank you for your $5, operator. We will gladly accept that. The Worthy One says, finger in the air for the tribal chief return. And that's right. We did that. That's right. Huh? Okay. All right. I think I would love to do a wrestling.
I'm not a Roman Reigns guy
for that one.
Mercenary says, hey, Jeff, stealing solo first print here. I don't even know what was stole have. There you go.
I think it just means the first initial printing of the book. Like there's been multiple printings, but yeah, here's one of them right here. I just keep it here next to my WrestleMania cup because it props up the book.
Let's go. Fight and it says, Blabs, have you started your Arnie watch list yet? No, I will be doing that Arnie watch list for her.
And my watch list currently has Trolls and Crazy Land I'm watching.
Wait, have you never seen an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
Well, Jeff, let me tell you something about this. Blabs has indeed only seen Jingle All the Way. And
I've seen bits and pieces of other ones. I keep
telling you. Does this mean anything to you then?
Yes, Turbo Man.
Is that the Funko or the original?
This is a Funko. A listener sent me this one.
Wait, Funko made that? Oh, not the Funko Pop brand. I was like, huh?
No, it's the same company. See?
Oh yeah, look at that.
But they remade this. It talks. It's something.
One of my favorite things about doing this show every day with different guests and friends is that every day somehow it gets brought up that Blabs has not seen many Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, and that I told her yesterday, I said, listen, you got to at least see one. And then if you see one and it sucks, it's my fault. It's my fault because I picked the wrong one. You know, so like, let me fall on the sword because Blabs over here, she's just living her best life. That's all. Just living her best life.
What are you showing her first?
Well, I'm not showing her anything, but I think a good place to start would probably, like, we could start at the top and go like True Lies because True Lies is the best.
Whoa, really? Not Terminator?
I was gonna say go Predator.
Well, see, that's a little. I think it's a little too
Total Recall.
Or
great movie.
Or you go like,
I love Total Recall.
You throw the softball and start with like Kindergarten Cop, but as pointed out times, Kindergarten Cop works because you've seen the other movies. That's why Kindergarten Cop is funny.
Yeah,
because, you know. So I'll figure it out sometime. But whatever it is, we're gonna dip Blab's toe into the Arnold Schwarzenegger water, and sooner than later. Maybe
Conan? She's seen Conan?
That's not a good place to start, man.
It's a great movie, though.
Don't care.
You don't get to use that. Everybody cares. Everybody cares except
Craig
for
and only Craig.
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah.
You told me I don't get to use that.
Unbelievable. Hey, Jack came in, says biggest news is Cartoon Network and Boomerang are just gone. Cartoon Network was a husk for a while, but still had some classic browser games. Rest in peace, Western Animation and Culture. Did they announce that closure? Or
that was yesterday, right?
Wow. Wait, they're closing down Cartoon Network?
Wait, really?
Yep.
We are on it when it comes to breaking news. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate that. Tabraz came in as a brand new member. Hey, thank you very much for that. That's spectacular. I really appreciate your monthly support. Nate came in and says, hey, Craig, found this podcast from the Algorithm Gods. Found out you used to run Screw Attack, which was a huge part of my 20s. Normal men for the win. Hey, let's go. That's right. Way back in the day, Screw Attack was great stuff. And here we are back with Side Scrollers going hard. Appreciate you, Nate. That's awesome. Glad the Algorithm Gods blessed us with you. Really appreciate that. Mercenary came back, says, trolls over Harvest Moon blasphemy, Blabs. You're fired.
Absolutely not. I'm here for the trolls, and I troll you all.
All right. Jake came in, says, I really wanted to offend you, Blast, but Harvest Moon? Really? You missed Harvest Moon?
Yeah, but I got trolls, so like.
Hate to interrupt, but it says I've got 3 minutes.
Oh.
I have 3 minutes left in the queue, so I'm like, yeah. I just keep going back and checking my queue spot.
And this is, I mean,
this is live, guys. Breaking news with Logan.
I like that.
Logan, do we have a time? Do we have a time that we're working on here?
It just says your estimated wait time is 2 minutes.
Oh man, I'm gonna be jealous for this thing I don't want to collect. Damn.
Logan, keep us updated on the situation. This is
The man on the boots on the ground, Logan.
very important.
I must have controllers.
One time at Bandcamp just goes Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ew.
Thank you very much. One time at Bandcamp, appreciate that. Enrique came in and says, "Morning, all. Jeff, ask Blabs her favorite Arnold movie."
You don't even know what it means to get to the chopper.
Yes, I do.
Get through the chopper.
We've all seen the memes.
We've seen the memes. Tobrat says, "Love Side Shores." Well, thank you very much with your European monies. We appreciate that, and thank you for your support. And that is spectacular. We appreciate you. We're not going to say we love you, but we appreciate you.
Why not? What's wrong with the euros?
Yeah, let everybody. No, we do. Like we like all euros, most euros, some. We like some euros.
You okay, Greg? He's like, that splitting headache is actually doing me in. I can't figure out what
1 minute.
I'm doing.
How'd it go back up to 2 minutes?
Ridiculous.
Forever
Clemson says Jeff and Logan are greater than Mosseth. Hey, Clemson, thanks. Well established. Really
Are we
appreciate
talking
that.
like mozzarella cheese, or is that another person?
No, he's Australian. He's autism's also.
Anime Course says Blabs is terrible at presenting games to celebrate for birthday. Just saying. No, I think she's great.
Happy birthday to you, but trolls. That is it.
And Christopher came in and says, wanted to get the word out. Shadowgate for the NES has an official sequel coming out by the original creators called Beyond Shadowgate. Wow.
Yep.
Releases on Steam and GOG. Created 4/4 normal men. Wow, that's pretty
We need
cool.
it on Switch.
Yeah.
Thanks, Christopher.
Everything needs to be on Switch.
That's good stuff. All right, we do see every single one of your super chats, every single one of your direct donations, and every single one of your Rumble rents. And we'll get to every single one of them before the end of the show. But I do want to point out Mo's Rumble rant says, I always catch your show on rerun, but I just want to whine about something. Blabs, just because you're an anchor baby doesn't mean you're more cultured than the chat or George Murison there. And by the way, he says,
excuse you, I'm not an anchor baby.
I don't even know what that is. What's an anchor baby?
Anchor baby means that your parents are not American citizens and you were born in America, therefore your parents get American citizenship eventually. Because if you're born in America, you automatically get American citizenship. I am first-gen American on my mother's side, but she immigrated here legally, so suck it.
Shut up, bitch!
Oh,
yes!
No, you didn't. No.
Come on.
Calling someone an anchor baby who actually is not an anchor baby is pretty fucking insulting.
I'm just kidding. But seriously.
Why are you telling me this? What makes you think I have any
So you
interest
can
in
get
that at all?
educated, Craig, since you don't even know what an anchor baby
You have
is and you're
Beverly Hills
23 years
complexes?
old.
I love this show.
I'm just kidding, Blabs. Totally just kidding. All right, let's get into it. It's time for my favorite segment. Your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News.
Hard news.
I hope we can move on from that, Blast. Blast like,
Whatever.
listen. You're right. I shouldn't have used that one. I should have used another one, which I didn't do. I'm sorry. I should not have called you the bitch. Well, actually, The Rock should not have called you the bitch. Did not.
I'm gonna call him up, my cousin, and complain.
Sometimes you got to slap a bitch. Yeah. All right. Gentlemen, we have some really important news to start the show out today. There is a new fragrance that has gone viral over the last 24 hours. And listen, I don't know if I've ever put on any sort of cologne. To me, cologne just is not a thing. I don't really know why you'd wear it. I think I was damaged by like Axe products. And, right? Like, you know, you go into a locker room or something and it just smells like Axe. So like, I don't want to smell that, right? But there is something that everybody possibly in the world likes to smell. And that is pretzels, fresh baked pretzels. What?
You don't like Auntie Anne's pretzels?
I don't like salted pretzels. And
That's fine.
I like the soft ones, but if you're talking hard ones with the salt on it, nah,
I
I'm
don't like
good.
it hard.
Nope. No, I like it
This is hard
soft.
news after all, Logan. Come on now.
True.
Logan, listen, I know you're busy. You may be distracted trying to buy your controller.
I can't add it to the cart. It won't let me add it to the cart.
This is such a saga.
But you're telling me that when you're walking around in the mall, that you don't pick up that wonderful scent of yeast and flour and salt and body odor,
like 20 years ago?
Just in general. I mean, and
we don't have any malls around here that really. I saw
What
that.
is the mall? To be fair, I've only been to one mall in the last 4 years. And I actually did buy an Auntie Anne's because I hadn't had one in like 4 years. And it was fantastic.
Didn't they used to have one of those at Disney Springs? Or was it Universal? I can't remember.
But I think
I haven't seen one in years.
This is crazy. The idea of creating, and this may be just a meme, or I don't even know if this is real or not, but I do think that this is brilliant. The idea that they named it knead, as in you're kneading the dough while also kneading, it's got this like sexual undertone the entire time, which is great. And it's also eau de pretzel underneath the bottom there, which is wonderful.
It's unique. Anyone can get it.
Well, that's great.
Nice. Oh, you'll be able to purchase one bottle for which is an ounce for $25 or 3.4 ounces for $45. Attendees will also be gifted with free tote bags and Auntie Anne pretzels. Yo, sign me up.
Just go buy a pretzel and rub it on yourself. It's cheaper.
Yeah,
That's
but then you're all
butter, dude.
There you go.
Yeah, and like the cinnamon stuff. So no. Yo, sign me up. I want to try this knead.
You're the only one here, Blabs. I collect cologne. I would never buy that one.
Listen, I wear like Burberry and Armani. I wear the upper stuff, but I still want to try it.
This random ass thing that's holding up this light right here is a bottle of Versace cologne. So I'm with you on the stuff. I don't want to smell like a pretzel when I walk in.
I just want to try. I want to see if it actually smells like a real pretzel.
See, I just go to Bath and Body Works and my wife picks out the kinds that she likes that smells the best, and that's what I wear.
She's like, "This is what you wear, honey."
Yeah, that's how life works, and it's easy.
Well,
happy wife, happy life.
Bingo.
Pointed out in the chats, and I did not catch this but very clever. The E and the A are in a sexual position.
Oh, I was going to say they're in a pretzel position, but 39 for 69.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, we haven't had one of those in a while. We need to.
What?
Well, no, we have a 69 for 69 reward.
Greg, you really got.
That one.
I'm just saying shut up. All right. Anyway, so you can go pick that up.
Jiminy Christmas.
How do you
I'm
buy
calling HR. Hello, HR. Yeah, I'd like to report a problem with the boss. There's nothing to be done. Darn it.
Well, the boss just fired HR.
Damn. Anyway, producer to HR. Oh, there's nobody online HR anymore. They're gone.
So real quick there, you can buy these at a pretzel pop-up perfumery, which I didn't know was a thing, in New York, August 13th. So I bet these things go for I bet they're going to go crazy.
I agree. I really want one. Maybe I'll put it on my throne and be like, yo, can someone spot me $25?
So
I'm going to go look for one of these. I have to have it now.
See, you have to tell me what it is. You can do total review. It's like all fancy and there's classical music in the background. Jeff is like wearing beautiful clothing.
If it's too much,
it smells terrible.
If it's something I absolutely hate, I'll try it and review it, and then I'll send you the rest if you want to really you need to know. That was not a pun intended. I'm sorry. That just was terrible. But yeah, I'll send it your way. I don't want to have it forever. I just want to smell it. Maybe go out.
I just want to smell it. Pretzels are cheaper.
Actually,
but
I
if you
don't
don't live by Auntie Anne's malls and stuff, it might be the same with gas prices.
I could make a YouTube video out of reviewing cologne. Nobody can even see what I'm talking about. We'll just keep spraying it in the air. Just sniff it.
It's big stuff. Well, I'll tell you what. Interesting and very viral. A lot of people talking about it, and I think it'll sell out. I do.
Yeah, this reminds me of last week that we talked about the laptops when Craig wasn't here, and they have the smelling. I forget the brand of the laptops, but they're going to come out too. And people just put like Auntie Anne's perfume on it.
Why not? Let's go.
And then all the e-thoughts are going to sell it and be like, you can smell like me. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's go and move on from that horrible statement.
But it's true.
The Olympics are happening right now, and I know, Logan, you have not been watching them, but something big has happened, and the Philippines, they won the first male to win a gold medal for the Philippines, which is, hey, congratulations for that. I don't know what he won a gold medal in, but he won a gold medal. But part of him winning the gold medal was receiving all sorts of incentives along the way. And I just want to throw these out to you guys and let you get, there's 8 of these incentives. And I would like for you guys to tell me which incentive is the best of them all. Okay. Number 1, he'll receive a lifetime of free colonoscopies starting at the age of 45. This is a great incentive, by the way. Number 2, a furnished condo. Number 3, a house over $200,000 in cash. The iPhone 16. Fresh cookies for life from a local bakery. Free food for life from multiple local restaurants, and free engineering education. I'm just gonna throw it out right there. Like, you offer this to the United States for gold medals, and this is a win-win for everybody. I think that's quite the package for a gold medal for our Philippines gold medalist over here. Which is the best of these 8 different things that he won of all of them?
Definitely the colonoscopies.
You enjoy
Somebody had to say that. No, it's better than an iPhone.
I agree. Health is better than the iPhone. Jeff, do you have a best of the incentives here?
Well, since the colonoscopy was already taken as the best incentive, and I do think an iPhone's a great gift, I'll take a house. That's what I consider the best one.
You know, I think the house is probably a great one, but let's be real. Free food for life, pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That is true.
Like, you'll never be hungry.
You can go to Jollibee forever.
There's kind of a tie-in to all this. You got free food for life. Then you can, you got your colonoscopy, you get your butt taken care of, which is good. Wonderfully. You get a house and a condo, a furnished condo. This guy's set. Anyways, good for him. Good for
I
him.
think it's awesome. Congrats to him.
Yeah, congrats to that dude. And way to go, Philippines, with the giant incentive set up there.
I still can't add it to my cart.
Rough. I'm sorry to hear your struggle, Logan. The struggle.
It's just a little saga. It's great.
Have you guys, speaking of the Olympics, there's been a lot of fun stuff that have come out of the Olympics, and some people have done it to themselves. Are you guys familiar with Robert Griffin III? You guys heard of this guy before?
No? Sir.
So Robert Griffin III was a quarterback for the Baylor Bears probably 10, 15 years ago. Okay. They were very successful. He got drafted to the NFL. He played, I believe, for the Washington, at the time, Redskins. Now they're the, I don't know, football something.
The national
football team.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Robert Griffin III has since moved on to an industry. He's moved on to commentary in the sports world, and he's spending time over in Paris for the Olympics. And he thought he thought that this would be a really good idea to post with the caption of "It's always croissant o'clock in Paris." Here's the picture.
What?
Now, you may be saying to yourself,
Jeff.
Robert Griffin, what are you doing? Because he did take that giant croissant, and the first thing you see which I'm just gonna throw it out there. In this age of social media,
It's bad. That's bad.
Don't leave yourself open for Photoshop, folks. Come on.
I don't know why you would do that with your girlfriend. I'm assuming that's his girlfriend.
Well, he's very comfortable in himself, so
He's very out
A little too comfortable.
there. He's very
Wait,
out
Mountain
there,
Ralph
very
got
out and proud, flamboyant, whatever you want to call it. Good for him. You know what?
Happiness is important, Blabs.
Exactly. In word, there's an interesting word that you just said in happiness. So, you know what? Malik will help me out. Say that word. Where are you, Malik? I need your help.
God,
Where
I'm
did you
sorry.
go, Malik? Oh my God, we lost him. Where is he, Craig? Where did you move him?
This is just so funny. It's just so funny to me. That's right. Hey, J-Biz Retro. This just a guy eating bread. That's all. It's just a guy eating bread. Really, really hard. He's eating bread. I'm sorry.
He's
I saw this.
eating
And I just,
a-
Don't you like
I found Malik. He's helping me out.
oh
Thanks,
my God.
Obama.
It's so funny. I'm sorry. I couldn't. I saw that and I just had to bring it up. It's just so freaking funny, and I couldn't stop laughing. I'm literally crying right now. It's so freaking funny.
Someone said eyes closed and everything.
Exactly.
Eyes
It's the
closed.
word that Jeff said. Happiness.
Happiness is hard to find.
That's right.
What's that, Malik?
Dick.
Yes.
There it is. He's extremely happy. Anyways, good for Robert Griffin the third for finding his happiness. All right. Let's talk about something that Blabs is very concerned about. We just saw this before we went live. This is, I guess, a new thing where Intel has announced new GPU focused on a chip that will allow you to play AAA games inside of your car. So this is a thing. Like if you have a various models of cars allow this right now. Blabs, your concern is that people are just going to be driving down the road playing this, huh?
Oh yeah, especially because it's right there and like right next to the steering wheel. So even if you're not playing it, you still will get so distracted by what's going on the screen.
So
Like if it was in the back seat, like a monitor on the back seats and people behind you could see, yeah, whatever. You can't see anything, and so that's fine. But like I think this is a terrible idea.
Wait,
Why
are
there
they
video
actually
games in
driving?
cars?
okay, so here's the thing. None of this works unless the car is in park. You need
Oh,
to
is that
understand-
true?
Yes, that's very true.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
That doesn't mean there can't be a Switch.
Yeah.
Or a Nintendo Switch.
Ah,
I personally think this is kind of a nothing burger. I think that like if you want to play games, AAA games in your car, like, all right.
That's kind of weird marketing though. Like
Can't-
who's gonna do that? If
can't you already do that in certain Teslas?
There are games built into Teslas. Yes. Yeah. There's a bunch of games.
perfect for traffic jams. Says
Isn't
Chat.
this haven't we spent the last like 20-something years of gaming making this big immersive experience, and now we're just trying to play it in our car? I think that defeats the purpose of any AAA game.
Well, yeah, but can you think of the great sound effects that you'll have with a good sound system? You'll definitely hear it all around you, which is good. Can you like play
But
a little
the screen
Dark
is
Souls?
this big.
Well, it depends on your car. I have a pretty decent one in mine. So, and have you seen they're putting 17-inch in some Cadillacs? Thing's massive.
I'm a TV guy, but that is the last feature I'm worried about on my car. Gas mileage, does it look cool? Can I actually fit in the car because I'm a giant? Those are important things. Now the screen, maybe when I have a family. I just can't believe that's a thing that comes in cars now.
It is. That is definitely a thing. All right, let's go ahead and continue on as we make our way through fun things we saw on the internet. Do you guys remember the Nintendo GameCube? Did you guys spend a whole lot of time with the GameCube back in the day?
Yes,
Yes,
I did.
indeed.
Quite a bit.
Do you guys know the prototype name for the GameCube? Before it was called the GameCube, do you remember what it was called?
The
Yes.
Dolphin.
Yep.
Correct. Very good. I love code words when it comes to projects and stuff. Well, this was interesting. This got bounced around from console variations. And I didn't know this was a thing, but there was actually a GameCube, a prototype GameCube that actually, a picture got passed around that actually has the Nintendo Dolphin name on it, which I think is very, very cool. So it says we have physical pictures of one of the first physical GameCubes ever made. It was called the Nintendo Dolphin. This GameCube is so rare that we were not allowed to upload it on the internet until now. More pictures soon. So that's pretty cool. I'm always fascinated by the code name. Like the Wii was called the Revolution.
Mhm.
Along
Better
the way.
name.
Yeah,
Better than the NX.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
the
no.
code name for the Switch, right?
Yep.
So, anyways,
Like
it's fun to see that.
NX or Annex?
N. Letter N,
Oh.
like in Nintendo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Yes.
you know why?
Next.
Because-
I think that's what it stood for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just some corporate jargon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty fun. I don't know why it was called the Dolphin to begin with, but it is neat to see kind of the.
Because of the flipper chip that it used.
Oh, look at that. The flipper chip. What exactly did the flipper chip do?
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was the processor.
All right. So now we're getting in the deep and dirty. I like it. All right. Good stuff. Well, now we know, and now we've seen it with our own very eyes on X. Thank you for that, console variations. Let's go and move on to Borderlands. We saw it released yesterday, or at least the reviews of it were released, and it's opened with, I don't know if I've ever seen anything open with a 0% with 25 different reviews on it. Borderlands, the movie. And then one person came in and voted it up to 4%. That was Grace Randolph, and it has since dropped even lower to, I believe, 3%.
So when was it at 6%?
Did it go up to 6?
I saw an article on X that said it was up to 6.
Well, good for them. I mean, beggars can't be choosers at this point. Currently, as it sits right now, it is sitting at, I can't do it because I have ad blocker on. Blabs, can you please take a glance at Rotten Tomatoes to see where Borderlands is? But I'll say this. We have somebody who has seen the movie in our midst right now.
It's currently sitting at 6% on the tomato meter with a 48% audience score.
All right.
The audience is drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, though, it's Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I don't know. Do we always pay attention to what they say?
Jeff has seen this movie.
Yeah.
Did you see this like today, last night? When did you see this movie?
I saw this yesterday at an early screening. I did on our podcast on Thursday night. I reviewed it. So I've talked about this. I dropped a video. Borderlands is one of those movies that deserves the single digit score. It is not fun at all. It's like a video game movie that's aware that it plays by video game logic and reasoning, but it's still terrible. It's not funny at all.
Jeff, we need to make this official.
It's time for a 2-minute review.
You got
All
2
right.
minutes.
So, folks, Borderlands is a terrible film that is not really worth watching at all. But if you're curious, listen to this over the next minute and 56 seconds. So the movie is not funny. The movie is not attractive to look at. The characters look like cosplayers. It's everything wrong with a video game movie. If you're nostalgic for the age of Uwe Boll movies or those mid-Resident Evil films where they just didn't care, they were cashing checks, then you're going to love Borderlands. Borderlands is one of those movies that doesn't need to be viewed by the fans or anybody, as a matter of fact. I played those games. That trilogy is what I did during the pandemic. I like Pandora. I like that game. I did not like this movie. I tried. I went in with an open mind. I didn't read any reviews. I don't care about what people say. I only wanted to review the movie for you guys. And I can safely say it's a movie that you do not need to see in theaters. If you're drunk, if you're morbidly curious, watch it on streaming, but don't watch it alone. It has logical gaps. The CGI is early 2000s, and the actors don't care. This movie was made in 2021. It's been on the shelves for 3 years. It shows. Kate Blanchett bones it in. Jack Black bones it in. Kevin Hart, it's Kevin Hart, so you ain't getting anything good. It is not a fun movie. I don't really have anything positive to say about it, except it's over. Yeah, I know. I know that sounds mean, but I'm just being honest, Blabs.
And you did it in less than 2 minutes. Congratulations. That is awesome. Way to go. Love
And
that.
Kevin Hart was the only reason I wanted to see it.
He's barely in it.
Oh, of course.
He's not the main act. The main lead is Kate Blanchett. Kevin Hart will disappear for big swaths of the movie.
Now,
That sounds like Argyle when they teased Henry Cavill and he apparently was barely in the movie and that movie flopped. Interesting.
does it have any of the actual characters that people used in the games? Because my characters, none of the characters that I played in 1, 2, or 3 are even mentioned in any of the trailers.
It's Lilith. Claptrap is the most recognizable, like little robot. Kevin Hart plays like Roland. I don't really
Right.
remember who I played as because I'll be honest, when I play a first-person shooter and I'm just a hand, I don't care.
See, my favorite character was Brick from the first one, the big guy who would just rocket launchers and punch everything. And
Nope.
yeah, of course. I'm done. Goodbye.
Hope you like Tiny Tina not being Tiny
Oh
Tina.
God. Oh, that was the worst game ever.
Is there a possibility, Jeff, that this becomes a cult movie, like just one that you have some drinks to and you watch and you laugh about it and you kind of you recite the lines because it's so bad?
It could be. I'm gonna give it that. This isn't like Madam Web where you'll just never like even need to think about it. I'm sitting down thinking to myself like Blood Rain and DOA and all these other terrible video game movies has good company now. If you're
DOA
looking for
wasn't
like
that
a
bad.
trilogy of crap, throw Borderlands on there as the last movie. But I stress this: do not see this in theaters. It is a waste of your time and your money.
Well, thank you for your service, Jeff. Appreciate your bravery going in and seeing it for us. We really appreciate that.
Did it for you, Craig.
Did it for me. Wow, that's very nice of you. That's very nice of you. All right, well, now we know, and knowing is half the battle, which is great. Hey, Mo came in with the $20 $20 Rumble Ram Blab. Says, I apologize, Blab. I apologize, Blondie. I'm a descent of border bunnies and have effed up humor. Sorry again. And then he followed up and says, I apologize, Blabs.
I'm not blonde, but thank you. I thought that was hilarious. I saw that. Blonde.
It's okay, Mo. Sometimes
it's good.
Sometimes jokes hit, sometimes they don't, and it's hard to do that via text sometimes. We appreciate that. While we're on it, look at Brett came in, says, excited to hear about the Shadowgate sequel. Some of the best game music ever. Major NES nostalgia. Let's go, Brett. Yeah, man. That'd be need to do a little digging on that. The Shadowgate sequel coming to Steam, and it's pretty cool. Tolls came in with that sweet super sticker. Thank you so much for the Danish monies, Tolls. Appreciate that. Awesome. And Tabraz came back, says, thank you for your kind words, Craig. Hey, you got it. Thanks for your Euro monies. Appreciate that. And I appreciate the wonderful words from you as well. It's very, very nice. All right. Also, God damn it, I want a name. Came in with a $10 direct donation. Says, all memes aside, Blabs, don't scoff at old Arnold movies. Those were made before he became insane. 40 years ago, Terminator
Just
1
like
and
Mark
2.
Hamill.
Yeah.
Oh,
Terminator 1 and 2.
he ain't
Predator.
that insane.
Yeah. Conan the Barbarian, Commando, the 5 must-watch movies when it comes to Arnold. Skip the rest if you must. Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate that. See, you gotta be able to separate the art from the artist sometimes. So,
Oh yeah.
Freedom. And then there's Mark Hamill. It's like, insane.
Johnny,
Arnold.
We'll get his soon enough. Don't worry.
Johnny came in with the 2. Says, if you buy this cologne, please don't go camping. The Bears will have a field
Oh
day.
my God. All the bugs too, because it's going to be sweet, right? It's going to smell like a pretzel. Yikes.
All right. Speaking of going camping, everybody may want to just move out in the middle of nowhere after this post from. I mean, this was crazy. This has gone super viral, and rightfully so. This is a post that was posted yesterday. This is a follow-up to a story where we talked about how people can get arrested in the United Kingdom simply for retweeting or posting something that may be deemed offensive or hateful. So the Twitter account Gov UK, which is the United Kingdom government, came out and posted this. Think before you post. In response to this, think before you post. Content that incites violence or hatred isn't just harmful, it can be illegal, right? And we've seen several instances where people have been arrested for saying things or reposting things on Facebook, which is just the most asinine thing ever. The idea of inciting violence or hatred. What does that even mean? Can anybody please give us a definition of what that means? A clear line that you cannot cross. But as you can expect, it has not gone very well for them. So much so that they have turned off the responses. You see in wokeness here, says 1776 is looking better by the day, right? Separating off. And you see all sorts of
I like that one.
Yes.
I like this comment from the chat right now. Oi, you got a license for those memes, governor?
Right.
It's true. It's so sad that we are in this like dystopian society.
Yep.
I think this, at a certain point, and Kyle is got this locked in, right? This is straight out of 1984.
Wow. Yeah.
Post, and it's very much the situation. And it's crazy to see that, honestly, that people in the UK are okay with this, or have been okay with it. This seems so backwards to everything, especially us in the United States. The idea that you can be arrested for something you post on the internet. They will knock down your doors. I don't know, Jeff, Logan, you guys got anything on this?
You already said 1984, man. Like, I don't want to be overly redundant, but this is not good. Nothing good can come of this. And if this spreads, it's going to be way worse than it is now. So let's just hope that we never do that here.
They had one revolution. Time for a second one.
Over the right to meme.
Yeah.
Right.
First
right.
was taxes on tea. Now it's right to meme.
Well,
It almost rhymes.
the quote retweets have just been, people will be arrested for the quote retweets, right? Obviously, we see the 1984 reference. You're sheltering misinformation tweeters under your floorboards. Are you not? Right? Very Grazieism of them.
What's Az gonna do?
Oh my gosh, he may be in jail
Even
already.
Count Dankula, you just saw him. He's from the United
Oh,
States.
yeah.
Is he not? And he's posting that meme.
Yeah, you wonder if they're going to come knock down his door. I'm starting to understand the whole dumping of the tea thing, right? Then we have the, that. So, anyways, it's definitely been, yeah. There you go. Oi, mate, you got a license for that shit post? So
It's awful.
those who are watching in the UK, first, we're sorry. You're sounding an awful lot like Canada right now, which is crazy. And I'll say this, as an American who lives in Texas, right? The wonderful free state of Texas. And Logan, you mentioned you live in another wonderful free state. It does not escape me the luxury and wonderful situation that we have, because you see what's happening, the clamping down of speech in society these days is something that I never thought I'd see. And it's at a certain point, people are going to rise up. They will. And man, it's a lot. It's a lot to see. And something like at a certain point, you can only push and tip so much until somebody goes, I just can't take it anymore. I just can't take it anymore. And scary, man. Scary stuff, to say the least. So, Labs, you got anything on that?
Honestly, I am discouraged from my UK friends over there. It's pretty discouraging, pretty disheartening, because it's like, well, where do you guys go? It's not like the American government will actually take these people because they're the wrong skin color. So I don't really know where they're going to go or what they're going to do.
Shane O'Mac says, the UK doesn't have free speech. Why is anyone shocked? This isn't new at all. I think it's the idea of it. Look, if you go in and you say something, right? Let's say you retweet something. That's not you technically saying it. You're just resharing something, right? That's not you actually saying anything. So words don't actually have to come out of your mouth for you to be disciplined by Big Daddy government. And that, to me, is really messed up.
Oh, yeah. Words aren't a crime. This is, I get it. Whoever just posted that about why are you not surprised? You got to remember, it's not about why are you surprised. That's the mentality that I would be concerned about, because it's like they take inch by inch, and then everyone's just like, it's not a big deal. And then before you know it, there's so much taken, and you're like, well, how did we get here? This way. This isn't acceptable at all. Like, I wish something could be done quicker about it. Like, people, you guys got to fight. I almost said for your rights, but I want to change that. You guys got to fight, for your freedoms and stuff like that. So hopefully this goes away. I'm counting down the days already.
See, if people can get arrested for retweeting, that doesn't even mean they agree. That just means they're saying, hey, look at this thing. And then you can get arrested for saying, it's just like pointing at something. you get arrested for pointing at something. It's basically the equivalent of that. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yep, I think we can all agree on that. The ridiculous nature of this, and eventually people are going to rise up. They will rise up. I guarantee that's going to happen. But in the meantime, hey, you guys vote. This is what you voted for. This is what you voted for over there, and your votes do matter. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on. A quick follow-up from a story that we've talked pretty much at length here. There's been a boycott ongoing for a game called Genshin Impact over the last couple months. A boycott.
This is a funny one.
Yeah, this is pretty good stuff. Now, the boycott has backfired, and profits are up 10% on this company after the boycott has begun, and they are not happy about it. But the people behind the boycott, there's over 100,000 signatures on this boycott thing that they have going on, and they're really upset that this game made by a Chinese company is, as they describe, whitewashing the characters. They want better cultural representation of these of the characters and such. And it's been interesting to see the response to this. Well, the CEO of the company, Mi Ho Yo, was out in California the other day.
Yeah, I saw that.
And while he was there, he had his car broken into. Now, you may be asking yourself, like, hey, what's the big deal about this? It's the response to this by people that he had his car broken into, and they say he stole his laptop. It actually wasn't his laptop. It was somebody that he was with. And this is the people who are they're applauding it, saying that it's deserved here. Now, when you scroll down and you read these comments, like this person says, there were some early posts here that were laughing. Oh, and it's no longer there. But the long and short of it was like, this guy thinks he's still in China, right? And I thought that was like a really funny comment. The idea that like, oh, he thinks he's still in China. Like, you mean like where you can walk around and leave your stuff in your car without it getting destroyed or stolen? Like, is that supposed to be some sort of like slam? The idea that you go to California and you immediately get your car broken into? It just seems like a really backwards way of thinking. Logan, you saw this. What are your thoughts on this whole idea?
Anytime anybody wishes harm or sees something bad happen to somebody and then says, oh, that's a good thing, those people's, I'm going to watch my language. Those are not good people. Let's just put it that way. And I think it's just disgusting.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a messed up situation, but it just shows how petty people truly are.
Well, yes, people are extremely petty and also insane. I think that's the
truth.
And it also like decreases the value of what you're trying to say or like have a statement when you're encouraging violence. It's like, okay, so you have no morals, you have no values. Why would we take you seriously, or what you have to say? Why should we consider it? So it doesn't do your side any good when you try to go for violence.
Nope. All right. Some super chats real quick as the follow up on some of these stories. Gushiam came in and says U.S. YouTubers invent new words to not get banned on YouTube and avoid quote having bad opinions. Also, U.S. YouTubers, free speech, guys. Right. And listen, I totally understand that. Totally understand what you're saying. Here's the issue, right? Is that at a certain point, YouTube is the biggest platform in the world, right? And by the way, I agree with everything that you're saying, right? As far as free speech, but also there are rules to this platform that is the largest video platform in the world. So if you have an opportunity to speak on these things on a large platform, then you have to unfortunately play by those rules. Now, will there be a day, I think, that things change on YouTube? Probably not, if I'm being very honest. I think that ultimately they're going to continue to tighten the grip, which is why there needs to be alternatives like Rumble and various, Odyssey, and various other platforms like that. So like, I totally understand what you're saying. As far as, you can't say certain words, and it sucks. It totally sucks, but you have to, unfortunately, play that game. What won't happen is we won't be arrested for saying those words on YouTube. We won't get 2 years in jail, right? We'll still have another platform to go to if we were to get deplatformed or removed from YouTube in some way, shape, or form for saying those words. I mean, I get what you're saying. Totally get what you're saying. But there are other options. So
if people use Rumble and other platforms more, then we wouldn't have to like rely on changing our words on YouTube. So it's kind of like a group effort. Everybody has to partake in it. Everyone's got to make the change.
yes. The odd one came in and says, normal woman here. Let's go. This is only the second stream I've caught live since covering day shifts this week. Y'all talk slow. I listened to streams in about 1.5. Logan was able to get that controller. Hey, thank you so much, the odd one. Really appreciate that. And sorry, we're
still can't put in my cart. Still can't get in my cart. I'm still trying.
Talk like a Slav. Hello.
Yes. The Mad Hatter came in, says the UK issue is deeper than free speech. It's a revelation that the internet isn't so anonymous after all. The UK government has the IP address and they know who people are. Your screen name and alias doesn't hide you anymore. Thank you, Mad Hatter. And that's a great point for sure. Really great. Really appreciate your support. Adrian says, check out Adam Kriegler's interview with Tommy Robinson. They held him on tourist laws in the UK that they told him to face they didn't know he didn't do. Wait, am I reading that correct? Laws in the UK that they told him to his face they didn't know what he did. Okay, so they held him without actually having reason to do so. Interesting, Adrian. Yeah, and by the way, we'd love to have Adam back on the show sooner or later. I know he's got a kiddo coming, so we want to be sensitive to that. I would love to have Adam back on. Sly says, in the last 3 years, 120,000 cases of non-crime hate incidents have been registered by the UK police. What makes it worse is that hate incidents can be anything perceived as hate by the person reporting. Right. Whether that's misgendering, whether that's calling somebody a doo-doo head, whether it's whatever. I mean, it's just about perception. And there's a lot of gray there. A lot of gray. Mercenary says, did they vote cringe, or did someone vote for them? Yeah. Black Metal Gamer says, in UK, Facebook jail is real life jail. F the UK. Thanks, Black Metal Gamer. Appreciate that. And Adrian says, had to edit for YouTube. Yeah, even that, just having comments in super chats is insane for sure. Useless Gamer came in, who is from the UK with his European money, says, people in the UK are not happy with this. We are living in a communist police state. I'll probably get arrested for saying that. No, I don't deem you as hateful at all. So no, nobody here is offended by that. So thank you for that, Useless Gamer. And Warbreaker says the UK issue has been a thing since 2019. Same thing in the New Zealand and Australia. Is just the world finding them out now. This is not new. Just new for the average internet peasant. Thank you, Warbreaker. Appreciate that. There have been people who have been arrested since 2019 because of these things. Huh.
That's nuts.
And Ian came in with the massive 50 European monies. Says the government is delusional. This overreach is unsustainable. And I, for one, won't. 2 seconds later. Something like that. Ian, just relax. We don't see that as hateful or anything like that. Well, thank you so much for your support and enjoy your rewards, your spoils right there. Thank you very much. That's good. Logan, your thoughts on what Ian was rewarded with?
What?
All right, let's go. All right. Question for Hobby says, who is more insane, Mark Hamill or John Leguizamo?
I think of that meme from El Dorado. Both is good.
I'm gonna go Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
You know what? Mark Ruffalo.
They're both pretty nuts.
Topping it. Mark Ruffalo. Insane.
Mark Ruffalo is a different type of crazy. Okay, Mark Ruffalo is like
he's
he
batshit
lacks
insane.
self-awareness to be a threat.
They're all nuts.
Yeah, they're all nuts. That's it. It's different.
We should do a tier list one day, Craig. We're gonna rank all the celebrities on how insane they are.
that'd be a fun.
Everybody else.
We gotta do
true.
it. That sounds like fun.
Well, at least we know Chris Pratt won't be on the list.
I mean, I think all celebrities are a little hoo-hoo, but yeah, he's less insane, I'd say.
He'd probably be fun to hang out with.
All right,
Agreed.
All right, some quick
I'd
hits
go to
here.
his farm for sure. I would love to go to Chris Pratt's farm. Like, I will help you with your sheep, sir.
All right, some quick hits before we get to our lead story today. Fortnite, this is crazy. Fortnite has removed exclusivity on items in a battle pass, and they may sell them after 18 months. The idea that you would sell something as exclusive and then be like, well, never mind, it's not exclusive. It seems fairly shady when it comes to this stuff. If you buy that, shouldn't you get some sort of I don't know, return on your money that you spent on something that you thought was going to be exclusive to you for a certain amount of time, or that was available in a battle pass that you earned possibly through a battle pass? Let's say there's 100 levels in your battle pass and you get to level 100 and all of a sudden like that's your big reward. But hey, guess what? Later on you can buy it. I think that's kind of wrong. And by kind of wrong, I mean a lot of wrong. I think that's obviously very much a change in what you expect along the way. Jeff, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's messed up. I don't get into the whole battle pass, season pass type of thing anyway. I think that's an issue with gaming that I'll save for another conversation. But if something's sold as is an exclusive, I feel like you should have that exclusive.
Logan?
Dang it. Sorry. They put me back into the queue. I'm sorry about that.
It was so focused and nope.
But Logan has no idea what's happening on the show right now, which is great. He's
Control.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
That's awesome. All right.
Well, I just want to point out though, like if you pay for something, you should be able to have it forever and ever and ever.
Oh, the battle pass argument. Okay.
But ironically, since we're talking about like Fortnite exclusivity, and I don't know if we were even going to talk about this today, but I just think it's ironic how Disney's streaming through Fortnite. So talk about another exclusivity right there with the D23 with Fortnite. I just think ironic considering they're like, who needs exclusivity? But oh wait, we do.
Right. Well, I think it's pretty shady, but I wouldn't expect anything less from Epic Games. That's kind of been their MO, specifically with Fortnite from the start. That was one of my biggest issues with Fortnite early on, was that they considered it to be early access for like 3 years. And at the time, the way that early access was set up was that you could bypass all ESRB ratings. So that's why they got their huge jumpstart. That's something that is not talked about enough, is the way they abused the system. They kept it in early access, and that's why you see games in early access right now. Because when you're in early access, you don't need a rating for your content updates. So that's how Fortnite abused the system to ultimate success, because they were able to boom, 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 pump things out so quick. So just one of those interesting things along the way. All right, let's go to our lead story here, because we do have Plain Talk today and Clown World, and I want to make sure we get plenty of time talking about this. This is an interesting story that came out courtesy of our friends over at Bounding into Comics. There was a earnings call recently from Warner Brothers Discovery where they specifically spoke about Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. Now, this game has been a stain on the reputation of video games across the board for a number of different reasons. Obviously, we think of all the DEI nonsense, the Sweet Baby Inc. nonsense, and more than anything, it's just not a good game. It hasn't been received well, but it has also caused a gigantic financial hole with Warner Brothers Discovery, to the tune of their losses being down 41%. Mainly due to the failure of Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. Now, we've seen Mrs. Freeze come in as part of season 2, and that has not helped help things at all. And this is look at that Joker, man! What a
Ghey.
That's great. So they talk about the different declines across the board here, and just to kind of continue on here. I always like to play how many people are playing Suicide Squad on Steam right now.
2.
So let's play the Price is Right game right now. Jeff, any guesses as to how many people are playing Suicide Squad at this exact second?
I'm going to give an honest answer and say 622 people.
622. Logan, you have any guesses? 622 is the first bid.
I'm not even going to go that high. I'm going to say 217.
270. Blabs.
69.
69. Ladies and gentlemen, closest without going over, our wonderful dear Blabs.
Whoa!
156 people playing in the last 2 hours.
That's so bad.
I said 217. I went over. Yeah.
You did. You did.
Yeah.
But
I won.
Yeah.
56. You can see the dramatic drop off.
Wow, that was close.
Yeah, but you can see this game has been almost at an all-time low. Lowest was 116, right? We kind of trickle down. Oh, there you go. 106, 100. It nearly got into double digits, which is dangerously close there. So it's always just a fun thing to see. But there's bigger issues associated with this. And this is from CN News coming in, says, according to the Financial Times, Warner Brothers Discovery wants to avoid splitting up their TV and movie studio assets amid recent speculation that this is one of their main options to turn around the company. So they're talking about possibly splitting them up. But there is the possibility of them potentially selling off the entire gaming division. And this is based off of the failures that they've seen. Now, in the Warner Brothers Discovery catalog or portfolio, it includes awesome IPs like obviously Harry Potter, Mortal Kombat, Suicide Squad. But Blabs, you brought something up before the show, which I think is really pertinent to this.
I brought up a lot of things. Which one are you specific about? Like the movies or the video games aspect of this?
Both.
Okay, so video game wise, 2023 had the highest video game belonging to Warner Brothers. So Hogwarts Legacy was the highest grossing video game, and they're still having trouble. Now, that's also because of the horrific flop of Suicide Squad. And then after that flopping, they go and say, hey, we're going to focus more on live service video games, which Suicide Squad is a live service video game, and Hogwarts Legacy is not a live service video game. And it's very ironic that they're doing that and pretty stupid also. But they are doing a Hogwarts Legacy too. There are job castings for that to, increase whatever they're looking for employees. So yeah, Frankie says it perfectly. It's called mismanagement. It's incredibly mismanaged. So
Right.
That's one aspect of it. So like, just remember 2023 highest grossing video game belongs to Warner Brothers. Also, the highest grossing film in 2023 belongs to Warner Brothers with Barbie. So you have the two biggest slots, right? Number one video game movies, and they're still suffering horribly. And I want to point out they've had a 10-year gap for highest grossing films from 2011 to 2023, so even more than 10 years. So they're not doing all that great, but you would think some of this stuff would help them, and some of this stuff would be right, let me go and rearrange my management here because clearly we have done something right. Instead of doing that, though, they're just going this is what we went wrong. Let's continue down this path instead. And I really think on a little Captain Tism's tinfoil moment, they're really relying on this Harry Potter show to save their asses because this show supposedly will be coming out in 2026 and it's still full steam ahead. They've got the writers and everything, so I think they're going to try to save their asses with this. But I don't think this is going to save their butts because they got a couple years to go still. The end.
Well, this is interesting because Warner Brothers Discovery, I'm familiar with this company, very familiar with this company, as they actually own the rights to Rooster Teeth, Screw Attack, all these brands that have been shelved over the years. And this was interesting as well from discussing film. So these companies have their own internal evaluations of their worth, right? The different properties that they own. Well, came to light that Warner Brothers Discovery revealed that its TV networks are worth $9.1 billion less than they originally thought, meaning they had a net loss of $10 billion in the second quarter of 2024. $10 billion.
How do you do that? Who is if you scroll down, there's an actual meme of someone saying, oh, and this was their accountant or whatever. It's absolutely hilarious. Yeah, that's the one.
Ask Microsoft. They know how to do that.
Who is their analyst for this where you accidentally overestimate 10 billion?
Accidentally.
Yeah, right. It's awful. It's like, is the government financing like doing their analysts and stuff? Like, cause damn, bro, you gotta be a certain kind of stupid.
It's it's hilarious though, because you hear about this, then you hear about how studios overestimated the value of streaming and how that was going to work for them instantly, but in many ways it hurt movies. And it's just like the entertainment industry is shooting itself in the foot constantly, either with intentional sneakiness, like I believe with this overestimation of the value of their movies, or just stupidity or short-sightedness with exclusive streaming.
And they're really trying to phone in that exclusive streaming, because as Super Chat and was just saying before, Cartoon Network has been scrubbed from the web, and Warner Bros. Discovery this week pulled the entire contents of Cartoon Network offline, redirecting visitors to a landing page on Max, saying, here, sign up so you can see everything. So they're really trying to get you to sign up for that streaming service. I don't know how well it's going to go.
I'm always fascinated by the insanity associated with these companies and the amount of mergers that took place for it to get to where it's become Warner Brothers Discovery, to where you can lose $10 billion in a quarter, right? Which, Blas, will you do me a favor? We open up a calculator and do a little math. Find out if you were to lose $10 billion over the course of 90 days, how many dollars is that per day? Just
90 days?
Yeah, over the course of 90 days. So I thought it'd be interesting to go back and look at the timeline associated with this. And I'm doing this off camera because there's some other information on here that I don't want to share. But just to kind of put this in perspective, right? How we got to Warner Brothers Discovery in 2024. Okay, here's some notable moments, right? In 1990, Warner Communications merged with Time. Okay. So these are two major things. In 1996, Time then bought Turner Entertainment. Okay, Turner Pictures, right, and everything along the way there, right. Then Warner Brothers and CBS decided to they launched the Warner Brothers Network, right. Warner Brothers became, let's see, I'm just kind of glancing at this along the way. Oh, Warner Brothers bought Machinima. If you recall Machinima from back in the day, right? Warner Brothers then, obviously in 2020, announced a merger with HBO Max. Okay, so HBO and Warner Brothers merged then. So you can see how all this kind of comes together. Then in 2021, AT&T was in talks with Discovery. You see how these companies all kind of like they slowly merge together to come together. And I think, I mean, it's just really fascinating to see the amount of business transactions that took place to where eventually Warner Brothers Discovery becomes the company along the way. Just and as we've grown up as adults, there's been 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major mergers along the way, and transactions, and to the point to where, like, you know, my little company from back in the day, Screw Attack, it's not even a speck of sand on the beach of the properties that they own, you know. And you know, the same goes for Rooster Teeth. That's like, you know, 2 specks of sand, right? It's such a non-starter. People are like, why don't you buy Screw Attack back? It'd be like, they wouldn't even, it's not even worth having a conversation when it comes to that. Like, if they want $200,000 for that brand, that's like not even a starter. They lost $10 billion in the quarter. You think they're worried about a couple $100,000? No, they ain't worried.
In 90 days, by the way, that's just over $111 million.
So they lost $111 million a day.
Basically, yes.
$111 million a day.
And I just want to point out that AT&T can't even save Warner Brothers. That's impressive, because they're in the hole. So didn't AT&T and Warner Brothers merge, or like have like a partnership or whatever it was a couple years ago, and they're still in the hole? Like, you got to be in a really deep hole. It's like in the ocean.
So they lost $111 million a day. Divided by 24, that's $4,625,000 an hour.
Do you think they have a dollar count and it's just going down at their their headquarters?
Maybe.
They're just watching it all just crumble.
Divided that per minute, they've lost $77,000 a minute in the quarter. Dividing that by seconds, they lost $1,284 a second in the during the second quarter of 2024. Yikes! I mean, that like really puts things in perspective right there. So, sheesh,
It's very impressive. And like I said, they had the best year last year in 2023. Highest grossing film, highest grossing video game. Still not enough.
And here we are.
There's so many flops. How many reboots are they doing for like DC? Right?
All of them.
Whole universe. They just filmed that Superman movie here in town last week.
Exactly. Like,
really?
How many times are they just constantly trying to fix it because they just keep getting it wrong?
I think what has been the problem with most of DC's things is, well, a lot of entertainment, to be honest, is they never give it the legs to recover from a bad go around. Like Superman, they could have just made another movie after Superman Returns and just pushed forward instead of giving us the Zack Snyder disaster universe, which I don't care how you feel about it. I saw those movies day one.
What about Man of Steel?
Happy. What about it?
Did you like it?
I like the Krypton parts.
Oh wow, that's the only one of the Snyderverse movies that I actually liked.
I was going to say, you guys started off with such a great kinship talking about all your stuff. I felt like a rift was starting to form right there. He goes, what about Man of Steel?
Yeah,
no, that was the only one I liked. That's why. That's the only one.
Look, that is the least offensive of all of them, honestly. BVS, Suicide Squad, they all get worse and worse. But I think Warner Brothers is also in a problem where they have devalued all of their brands beyond just mergers. It's like, I'm not a Harry Potter guy, so I'm going to remove myself, but I will say this from the outside looking in. Harry Potter has kind of maintained its thing in my eyes because it's just been the series of books, that one series of movies, and the branding is on point. Like, I don't like it that much, but even when I go to Universal, I'm impressed by like the world of Harry Potter, the food, the capes, the wands.
It's
like
taken care of.
Yeah, that is like the perfect way it's handled. Like, I think Back to the Future gets the right treatment. They don't remake it. They don't do anything, just some toys and some re-releases. It's perfect. But for example, the DC brand has been embarrassing for 11 years. Mortal Kombat has been embarrassing. You talk about like,
don't get me started.
Dude, I grew up Mortal Kombat Generation 1. Like, my mom was cool about stuff. Even though I went to a Catholic grade school, she's like, yeah, you can play Mortal Kombat. We went and saw the movie, even though it was only PG-13. We had all that stuff. Mortal Kombat was very cool to me. And I stuck with it up until a few years ago. And I'm like, oh, you know, Mortal Kombat's a little bad these days. I don't like the story. I don't like this. They have other brands that they come out with these movies, and I go, oh, it's a Warner Brothers movie. I can skip it, like Mad Max Furiosa. I just know that if it's a Warner Brothers IP, it's pretty safe to skip. Of course, they're going to get my attention with a Joker or even a Barbie because I took my mom to see that movie. But those are like the rare exceptions where they make anything of note. They have had the best legacy behind them, but they put out the most forgettable crap, like The Matrix. The Matrix was the biggest franchise for so many years. Like, we're going to talk impact. Nothing beat The Matrix and impact from the first like 20 years straight. All movies, wire fu, the black leather, the bullet time, the certain camera effects all come from The Matrix. Now The Matrix is a damn joke. What the hell was Matrix 4? It just
that didn't exist.
Dude, Space Jam 2, they can take anything that is somewhat memorable, or, you know, like Space Jam, that is a big piece of 90s nostalgia and everybody loves it for what it is. But then you update it with LeBron James. That goes to show you what Warner Brothers is. It used to be a unique, fresh amalgamation of other ideas that produced a great product that we all remember. But then you bring out Space Jam 2 and it's a hollow cash grab, and it's cheap and it's flavorless, and that is everything Warner Brothers does.
And I do want to further this because G2 Bryce makes some great points too. Harry Potter's taken a lot of brand damage. Rolling under politics and magical beasts sucks. So yeah, you got to remember Ezra Miller, Johnny Depp, these are all Warner Brothers actors, and even J.K. Rowling, whatever your stance is, she's caused some controversies that people boycotted the Fantastic Beasts, and they still continue to boycott everything and cause a ruckus. So all these things were not helpful to Warner Brothers whatsoever, despite Harry Potter being a very successful IP for them. So honestly, it's quite sad, but like they kind of deserve it because they've just kind of shot themselves in the foot with all this stuff. Oh, and Amber Heard. Yes, chat. That too. Amber Heard. Can't forget about that turd.
They backed her.
They did. And the worst part is apparently like Johnny Depp was telling all of them like before what happened, like J.K. Rowling went for bat for him and was like, no, he told me everything. I believe Johnny Depp. I stand by him. So that's when they made the second Fantastic Beasts film. And then by the third one, Warner Brothers was like, either quit or we're going to fire you. And like, that's just so badly handled. So badly handled. So, yeah.
Disney and Warner Brothers screwed him over big time. But hey.
Oh, yeah.
He'll come back.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
As Norm says, didn't Andrade call Warner Brothers the dumbest company in America? Possibly. Yeah, possibly.
I don't know. I feel like you have to compete with Disney for that one.
Yeah, Disney's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Jacob came in and says AEW is in trouble with this Warner Brothers Discovery news.
Oh, I forgot about AEW because it's.
Have you seen the ratings too? Oof.
Yeah, dude. Last night's Dynamite thing got released. Oh.
See, I didn't see that, but I saw that, what do you call it? Collision only had like 237,000, something like that.
Maybe that's what I saw. Excuse me.
That's sad. Yeah, I definitely want to see what today's ratings for last night's Dynamite.
Commodore fan says AOL Time Warner, one of the biggest failures in history. Yeah, that was quite a mess. And Norm came back and says the problem with the DC films is that they wanted to create their own MCU, but skipped the legwork that made the MCU possible. Also hiring Zack Snyder. Thanks, Norm. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Let's go move on. It is Friday. It is Friday, and we could continue talking about the insanity of Discovery and all that stuff for
you guys heard
hours,
that, right?
probably.
Yeah.
You're clipping, Craig.
What happened?
Hashtag clipping Craig.
You're stuttering.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on. Is it my internet or is it my mic?
Both.
I think it's your internet, actually. You were delayed before a little bit.
Okay. Well, hopefully I'm back at it. Well, hopefully this will undelay it. It's Friday. We got a couple special segments today. Blabs really wants to take us to Plain Talk.
Plain Talk.
All right. Here we are.
I don't know if Logan missed his controller that he's just so upset, or if he knew Plain Talk was coming.
No, honestly, I wasn't paying attention to the cue screen, and it said over an hour, wait again. And then I went back to it, and it said your session started. And then once I clicked on it, it said expired due to inactivity. And then went to bad request.
Oh, no.
So,
oh, absolutely.
I'm sorry, man. I've had that happen.
This is going to be an all-day thing. I know it.
Oh, rough stuff. Well, hopefully we can look. You could say your attempt to buy the controller has crashed and burned here. Plain Talk. See what I did there? But this is from the New York Post, as an Air Canada flight was canceled after a flight attendant goes berserk when a passenger asked for a blanket. I have not seen this. Blabs, have you seen this? I imagine you have.
Yes, I have. It's pretty stupid. She just goes insane for nothing.
I don't want no bullying against my crew. Okay? Everyone behave. Be quiet! Back on your seat, or you're getting off!
The big old outburst.
She just starts yelling about a blanket, and then the actual flight was canceled.
So
wait, what?
Yeah. There must be something in these airline waters that are making everyone insane.
Oh, this is from Spirit. Check this out.
Yes, all right. So everyone's gonna shut up. And we're gonna say this once, and we're only gonna say it again.
How is this?
We are busy.
Then come.
We are busy.
Hey,
All right.
Yikes.
You know what's interesting about this whole thing with these workers, whether it's people at the gate, whether it's the attendants on the flights themselves. And I'm going to go back to this. I think a lot of this stems. You never saw this before 2020. I think 2020 broke a lot of people. The idea of like, you got to wear a mask, and hey, if you don't wear a mask, you're gonna get booted off the plane, right? And then it was like, okay, well, hey, then the mask thing got removed, and it was, hey, well, how about you respect people's wishes if they want to wear masks on the plane, right? Be courteous of that. And it's like, well, you weren't courteous to everyone else who didn't want to have their, decision. And I think those people got a little taste of power. And I think that's what you're seeing here is you have people who have never had any people management skills, getting a little bit of pushback, or even just like asking for a blanket. These people are stressed out beyond belief on these tin cans flying 30,000 feet in the sky at 600 miles an hour. And it's just, it gets too much for these people. And that's what you see. You see them break. And you wonder, outside of these flights being canceled, if there's any repercussion to this lady's actions. Will she get fined? Will she get
therapy?
Will she get fired? I haven't seen anything on that. But have you guys experienced anything like this on your flights? A flight attendant or
I've never had any horrible flight attendants. I do remember seeing, and this guy was getting mad. So it was like in front of me, a couple of like seats in front, and this guy had his bag in the carry-on overhead. And the flight attendant was trying to move it, and she was putting like another bag in there. And apparently he had his glasses in there. And he was getting mad, saying, hey, you got to be careful. My glasses are in there. My glasses are in there. And, like, I understand because glasses are super expensive. But it's like, that's on you, bro. If you're just willy-nilly throwing glasses in there and you're not protected, like, that's your fault, not her fault. She's just trying to do her job and stack everything accordingly and make sure everyone can put their shit up. That's it. So I kind of feel like it's both people. People are just so nasty nowadays and so rude, and they just need to get where they're going. And then it's also, like, the lack of, like, communication. Nothing's actually flowing correctly at airlines. Everything is discombobulated. And I think these people, like these flight attendants, don't have like any stress relief. They don't have the proper guidance to be like, all right, you need to cool down. Like, you need a lot of patience to be a flight attendant because there's some morons, right? Like, these people like don't know what they're doing. They're screaming and shouting. They don't know how to act like on a plane and stuff. So I think all this combination of everything, and yes, I think I agree with Craig. I think this power trip kind of went to their heads too, and they just don't know what to do about it. So I think it's all of this that these airlines are just falling apart because there's no actual good management again. They must be taking tips from Warner Brothers.
I have done a lot of flying like during the pandemic era, so I remember having to deal with how tense it was. But since that's kind of passed, personally, flight attendants are usually decent to me because they see that like a seat's uncomfortable, so they'll like move me or try to do stuff like that. But I just don't really try to. Here's what I think it is. I think everyone is at fault and everyone has stressors, but I think the TSA is what starts the problems at the airport because they slow it down and they're really useless. And I'm not going to go into some crazy diatribe, but the stuff they're trying to protect has never happened. There was like an event, an occurrence 20-something years ago. So we've changed the way we fly and we've slowed ourselves down. And there's so many changing rules. You got to throw away water. You got to do this. You got to do that. So you're pissed off going into a flight. Man, I just wasted $20. Then you got to buy all this crap in the terminal, and that's really expensive. Then on top of that, they treat you like you're a damn criminal. Oh, your shoes are on. I'm in public. Of course my shoes are on. Oh, you left your belt on. Oh, excuse me for trying to keep my pants up. It's the TSA that really sends people off because people are different post-2020, Craig. I agree with that 100% across the board. Try doing YouTube in post-2020 world versus what it used to be like. Much different beast. But somebody's got to kind of step in and stop that stupid government oversight at the airport because that pisses people off. That would tension, and then customers would be happier. And then flight attendants and other people would have less stressors. So that is my take.
To bounce off of that, it's really stupid because I took a flight from, I was in two different flights, and my landing flight was in Dubai, Qatar Airways and everything. And then, no, it's not Dubai, Doha Airport. And then I was going to Australia. So I had water on the first flight. I got off, went through security again because like they're super high with security, and then you get on the airplane and they wouldn't even let you have the water that you had previously on the other airport. Mind you, I didn't go anywhere. I got off the plane, basically waiting to go on to the next plane. Like, you can't bring that through here. It's like, but they just gave this to me. This is water that you guys provided. It's insane the amount of regulations that they have that make no sense, that just break things up. It's disorderly. It's terrible mismanagement.
It's for our safety that we don't get to decide. It's like, it's for your own safety, is it?
Yeah.
But that's one thing I will say. Recently, I went to back in March, I went to London for the first time, and I'll say some good things about the UK. It was a lot easier getting flights over there. I mean, just getting in and out of the airport, and they were so much nicer than over here. I went through Orlando and through Philadelphia. Beyond rude.
Well,
Everybody's
your first
nasty.
problem right there.
So everybody was nasty. Their mics weren't working, and people were like, "We can't hear you." And the lady just got super nasty and started yelling at everybody. We're like, "Okay, calm down. We just can't hear what you're saying." And when we got off in London, I can't remember, Heathrow, I think that is. Everybody was nice. Getting out of the airport, getting in, everybody was nice. So I don't know, maybe here TSA was just terrible. And I feel like I'm stripping almost every time I go through. And they're like, "Oh, you got to take everything off."
I was wearing a dress and they were like filling everything up. I'm like, "Oh, I don't like this." And it's in front of a lot of people too. Now, granted, it was a woman. They had a woman go up for me, and I was like, "Okay, at least it's not like some random dude." But
did they have the body scanner?
No, I mean, obviously everyone has like the body scan that you go through. You're
Okay.
talking about that one, but like I was wearing a dress and they just pulled me aside anyway, and I was wearing literally a dress and cowboy boots. I'm like, "Are you shitting me right now?" And they're like, "We gotta check you." I'm like, I was 20, right? I was some 20-year-old little girl. And I was like, "Why am I being like harassed right now?"
That's me at Disney.
They full on like did everything between the legs and everything. I was like, "This is not okay." Ooh. Yeah, nah. Being corrupt at the airport, don't recommend.
Well, thank you for that story, Blabs.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Profiling. I call it profiling.
All right. In the interest of time, I think we're done with plane talk.
Plane talk.
All right.
You didn't want to talk about biohazard and vomit.
Yeah, people threw up on a plane. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. All right, let's hey, listen, it is Friday. It is 12:39, which means it is time for Clown World. Let's hit another intro. Let's go. Why not? Let's get on it. Hey, how's it going over there, Logan?
Okay.
Is it going okay?
No, I actually went back in, got into the site, and then it gives me a session has expired due to inactivity. Please refresh the page. I hit OK, and bad request comes back up again.
Delete your cookies.
Yeah, but it's in the same browser. It's not going to mess anything up here.
I mean,
let's try that.
The plight is real. Your struggle is real, Logan.
Yeah, let's try that. I'm going to try that now.
All right, well, you try that. Let's get on the spaceship and go to Clown World.
Clown.
I love it.
I love that one.
The best part of Wayne's World.
That's right. Everyone loves Wayne's World.
Okay, here we are. That was my idea.
What's that?
The Clown World intro. That was my idea. That's fine.
You don't even know what Wayne's World is.
I have seen Wayne's World. Don't fucking start with me, Craig.
Whoa!
I'll destroy you.
You see how mad she gets? She gets so mad.
Wait,
I'm a tiny person. I get little rage.
You in that one.
What's that, Jeff?
The Terminator 2 joke would make no sense to her, though. That's the best part. One of the best jokes in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
You seen this boy?
Yeah, I agree. She didn't get that reference, but that's okay. All right. Speaking of not understanding things, Elon Musk has a son, and Elon Musk's son decided that they wanted to be a girl. And this has been an ongoing thing along the way of why Elon Musk has been so adamant against the woke ideology. He has been, it's very personal to him. But have you ever seen his son? Have you ever seen them in person? You ever seen what they look like?
For the first time on X, like a day or two ago, someone reposted it. I don't know who, and I just went, "Oh, that's what he meant."
Yep. Well, here we are. This is Elon Musk's kiddo here.
I'm not just a bitch. I'm a bitch with a backstory.
So there you go. That's Elon Musk's son with his dingaling hanging out there trying to be a woman with the long hair. So congratulations. Now you understand. Jeff, you all right?
I didn't know what I was looking. I was just like, what is this? I'm sorry. When you talk about Clown World, I see this stuff every day, this kind of stuff, and it never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah. This whole thing of I don't know, just this, whatever this is called, where you kind of take something from a anime or something and then you pop it in and you try to reenact it.
I'm not just a bitch. I'm a bitch with a backstory.
Like, how long did it take for this person to really think through wanting to do this? Like, this was planned.
How many times did he have to film that to get that right? Because he didn't even really get it right. He almost fell over.
Well, Elon must be very proud. As a matter of fact, I know Elon's not very proud when it comes to that stuff. So,
Isn't that the one that Elon said was dead?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah, Jeff. He basically said my son is dead.
Yeah.
It's true.
Mhm. Yep.
I'm sorry, I don't follow Elon Musk as much as I should these days. I'm just
He's like, I'm not up to the Elon lore.
Twitter got
Alright.
better when he took over, but that's about it.
And by the way, and for the record, X has become the #1 revenue free app and paid app on the App Store. I don't know if you guys saw that news the other day where people were like, it's failing horribly. It's like, are you kidding me? It's making more money than any other app and at all. It's crazy. All right, so the Olympics are going on and they've been handing out medals over the last couple weeks, the gold, silver, and the bronze. The medals themselves, they've been, they kind of have a unique look to them. I don't know if you guys have seen what the medals look like.
Yeah,
Right.
looks cheap.
Well, they don't
Well,
look
I
very
mean,
good at all.
medals aren't even what they used to be anymore. They used to be like solid gold, and now they're all like what? Certain type of. They're just plated gold at this point now. They're not actually solid, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they're plated to the point to where they have shown visible deterioration just 1 week after getting it, which is, hey, here we are. This is the bronze medal of U.S. skateboarder something Huston. So it's deteriorated.
Nyjah.
Nyjah Houston.
Yeah, Nyjah Houston.
Okay, so I'm not up to date on my U.S. skateboarder lore.
Oh no, he was in like Tony Hawk like 15 years ago. He was like a kid skateboarder. I guess he stuck with it.
Tony Hawk 4, I think it was.
Yeah, something
3
like
or
that.
4. Yeah.
Well, apparently he's third. He's third best in the world with a bronze medal. So he came at home. He says, "So these Olympic medals look great when they're brand new, but after letting it sit on my skin and some sweat for a little bit and letting my friends wear it over the weekend, and that's the end result right there. A little bit of sweat has gone in and deteriorated it and making it gross. He's won 12 gold medals at the X Games, 6 times in the World Championships. So there it is right there. So the Olympic medals apparently not as high quality as you'd think. It's looking rough. I don't know. Olympic medals.
Like everything else in Paris, France.
Right. We got to step it up a little bit. The medal.
They found worms in their meals. The Olympians,
Ew.
like there was worms in fish.
Oh, they wanted them to eat the bugs.
Yeah.
There we go. I think just a really great example of quality control not happening right there with the Olympics. And our last stop here in Clown World today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to warn you right now, all you normal men and normal women, what you're about to witness will hurt your heart, will hurt your soul, and more importantly, will hurt your ears. But there is some fun to this. Now, if you recall, I guess a week or so ago, we were in Clown World, and we saw these girls. They're working in the tech space. They were saying they had created a little song. Let me see if I can just give you a quick reminder of what it looked like.
Hot mom in a mini dress. Hot mom and a mini dress. Daddy busted no pants.
So we saw this last week, and this has become a theme for the generic white girl here. But Blabs, there has been a counter to this. Look at Blabs' face. Blabs just like, what am I looking at here? Oh, you're muted.
I'm muted. I'm just saying, it's disgusting, man. These hoes, these lazy little pieces of shit, wearing like $70 pieces of absolute trash for clothing because they have no taste. Like, I can't really talk because I'm wearing a t-shirt and a hat, but at least mine's cotton. What do you got? Tissue paper? Anyway, it's fine.
Tell us how you really feel, Blabs.
They're stupid.
Let off the gas a little bit. It's okay.
I like the side of her.
So here we are. This was a viral video that got passed around, and I think there have been videos like this, but this really is awesome. So here we go. If you can make it through this minute and 4 seconds, you will be rewarded.
Hot mom and a mini dress. Hot mom and a mini dress. Daddy busted no pants. Daddy busted no pants.
And here's the guy coming to work.
Busted no pants. Gen Z Slater. Whoop. Gen Z Slater. Whoop. Gen Z Slater. Whoop. That sneaker a road case. That sneaker a road case. That sneaker a road case. Red nails and a silly cup. Red nails and a silly cup.
Push my fingers until my eyes.
Jim the Pay got bring it back. Jim the Pay got bring it back. Jim the Pay got bring it back.
What?
It's giving millennial core. It's giving millennial core. It's giving millennial core. Women should go back to the kitchen. Women should go back to the kitchen. Women should go back to the kitchen. To cringe impossible. Try not to cringe impossible. Try not to cringe impossible. Make it stop. Hate this. Make it stop. Hate this. Make it stop. Hate this. Buy them all.
I think that guy represents all normal men out there.
Yes.
The idea of what they're seeing. And he's probably the most productive dude at their company. You know, if this was real, he'd be the most productive dude at their company. And this is actually pretty funny right here. This response, this guy says, this is corporate welfare at its finest. Take unproductive smooth brains and give them high pay, low skill jobs, and then collect a massive tax revenue every paycheck. 20% of every company does 80% of the work. It's genius, really. You got to see like all the diversity and everything.
Caesar.
Then you got, they all get their pronouns: Caesar, she, him, she, her. Neutral.
How come the guy doesn't get a drawing?
Well, he, him. He just writes code. That's what he does. He goes and he just does his job and gets it done. So
that's discrimination. He doesn't get art. I'd be pissed.
He doesn't get pronouns. Oh, he does, doesn't he? He saw he, him. Never mind.
Yes, because he's just a dude right here. So, anyways, it's amazing. There we are. I hope this trend ends. There has to be something. Like somebody saw this, and they like, what are they even saying right here? Like at one point, they're saying red nails and a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, you know the whole thing with the Stanley Cup. All the dumb bimbos are like, my Stanley Cup.
But
and
you talk about hockey.
Guys.
No, not that Stanley.
No, I would rather talk about that one. That's more fun. But no, there's the Stanley Cups, the little thermos.
I think
they're like super huge, and apparently all these kids wear it. You bring them to high school and everything, and they walk around the little Stanley Cup.
Did you know Buc-ee's has some really cool ones of those?
You've never been to Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's is great. I got
video.
one that says "Don't tread on me." It's fantastic.
Listen, I know all about Stanley Cups. Right? I get them, but like my question is, why are they making a song out of it? Like
because they're stupid.
Red nails in a Stanley Cup. All right, sounds good.
What does that even mean?
Exactly.
Red nails. They paint their nails red because they're.
But like what? Sticking it into your cup? I don't.
No, and a Stanley Cup.
Oh, I was like in. I was like, what does it mean? Okay.
I think this guy's face.
Sure.
This guy's face
they sing about what they observe. That's
yeah. Red nails and a Stanley Cup. Well,
I don't know. I think nails are really gross. Like when people paint their nails or wear the fake nails, and they're like so long. Listen,
right.
no, just the dumb ones. The rest of us are smart.
This guy's face sums it up for everybody.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's it right there, man. Oh my God. Well, if we can all kind of get back in the spaceship and head back home, we're done with Clown World.
Clown.
I love
All
that.
right. And we're back. Thank God. Hopefully you're back in normal world over here. We're glad everybody has hung out with us today, finishing strong here on Finish Strong Friday. We are going to get to some super chat. Your support obviously is what allows us to do this every single day. So thank you guys very much for your support, your super chats along the way, your direct donations, your Rumble rants. Matt over here says, you're wrong, Craig. We're never done with the clown world. So as long as the world exists. I'm sorry, Matt. Well, we're going to do our best to live on sanity.
Sad but true.
Yes. All right, let's get to some super chats. Jeff, Logan, we always want to give our guests, while we get to super chats, the opportunity to bounce if you guys have anywhere you need to go. Logan, I'm sure you'll be staring at your computer.
Yep, still am. And I can't, since I'm using Edge, unfortunately, I can't clear my cookies without it closing all the browsers. All the windows.
Chrome is a good idea.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm happy to stay, Craig.
What's that?
I'm happy to stay.
All right, let's do it.
I'm fine.
Let's get to some super chats.
Okie dokies, over on local. Spoon Ninja sent a dollar tip saying Conan is like Harry Potter for barbarians, and followed up saying, "Oh yeah, it's run to the hills in a lot of countries now." Yes. Now, let's see. Commodore fan says, "Yes, please do a weekly or monthly wrestling pod." And Thomas says, "Super Mario Brothers 93 is one of my faves. Fight me." No. Durag says, "Hey, Holmes, Robert Iger cries a lot. It's funny." Wait, Durag, Bob Iger. Look at that. That's hilarious.
It's a mix of a lot of things there.
Absolutely. Rudy says, "The pantless troll has no shame. Blabs, watch T2.
Yes, watch T2.
Santa Soul Silver says, It's hard to defend Blabs for not watching Arnie films when you put trolls in instead of Harvest Moon. Also, I stopped halfway on book 2 of Harry Potter." Cripplehead says, "No, listen, I honestly don't care if people don't read Harry Potter or like it. That's fine. I don't like things either. It's all good. I'm not gonna freak out. People think I freak out. I'm like, I don't care."
Start flipping tables.
Cripplehead says, "True Lies will always be my favorite Arnold movie. Definitely the best Taken movie." Okay. Matt says, "T2 is the best Arnold movie and it ain't even close."
It's so good.
Christopher says, "Beyond Shadowgate for all consoles is in the works." Graham says, "Sup, Ligon." I think he means Logan.
Yeah, that's Graham. He's one of my followers, my viewers. So appreciate it, Graham.
Yeah, nice. Mercenary says, "You forgot the 2 normal men's shirts I got yesterday." Shout out, Mercenary. Kite the Twin Blade says, "Cartoon Network was full of propaganda and garbage for years now. Ended in 2014. It's a positive that is gone." I mean, basically it's just been shifted over to a streaming service. Animate says, "Oh no." Yes. Also says, "Beware, no pretzel is safe around Craig."
Yum yum.
Absolutely. Rudy says, "Fat fetish guys now have a perfume for the missus." Albert says, "You still haven't told me the name of the show where you got the opening clip from. I want to know who the lady in it is." Albert's gonna go find the lady. He wants to know who the lady is, Craig.
What lady?
We're just normal men.
We're just normal
that
men?
lady.
Oh, hold on. I'll find it. There we go.
Find it for Albert. Do it for Albert. Javi says, 200K in US dollars or in pesos. Sounds cheap. Depends on what you're talking about. Norm says, "Washington generic football team name."
My favorite.
Flickerbox says, "FYI, the Lionsgate Skydance to merge by 2025, aiming to strengthen their streaming and production capabilities amid industry challenges. Money."
Lionsgate needs help. They made Borderlands. They need a lot of help.
We got Skydance, so.
Rivers says, "Keep my wife's croissant out of your mouth." With Spider-Man pointing me. Javi says, Dr. Omar Johnson is seasoning at this RG3 photo.
Hey, real quick, I found the person, the lady who is just a normal man.
We're just normal men.
This lady, her name is Lauren Layfield. That is.
Oh, she kind of looked like Katy Perry to me.
Oh, and the top header, yeah, a little bit.
No, in the intro video.
Oh.
Yeah. So there you go. Lauren Layfield.
Yummy says RG the third probably eats the corn the long way. Norm says Griffin definitely eats the corn the long way. Nathan says my dad works at Intel and they've had such a bad year that he was offered an early retirement with severance, and there is more layoffs coming.
Ouch.
That's interesting. Thank you, Nathan. Featherbox says unfortunately Tiny Teen was a profitable game with the youth, who is the market focus. Matt says, I even know Handsome Jack in Borderlands. What a total waste of the great antagonist.
There you go.
Yeah, it was just some dude.
Dark?
Just some.
Go on, Logan.
No, okay, that's fine. Continue.
Okay. Dark Rockman says, I would rather rewatch the Monster Hunter movie than watch Borderlands.
That wasn't that bad. It could have been worse.
Tabrat says, Craig should be a narrator. He is the narrator of his own life. Shanomax says, touche, Craig, touche.
Thanks, Shane O'Mac.
Master Gawa says it's safer in China than in California. Dawai was targeted because Hoyoverse isn't making the dark characters. Also, UK has more arrests for internet posts than Russia.
Wow.
Yeah, people like to shit on Russia a whole lot, but like, look around, guys. It's not bad comparison. Alpha Omega for 5 says Dead Rising Remaster censoring the erotica shots. You'll apparently be punished now for taking them.
Lame.
Tech Support in Gaming says favorite GameCube games are Skies of Arcadia, Legends, X-Men Legends, Freedom Fighters, Eternal Darkness, and Bloody Roar, Primal Fury. Only one is playable on modern hardware without emulation. Sad face. Thank you, Tech Support Gaming.
Those last two were really good.
Norm says, could people in the UK mass hate report people in the government? They should.
Oh, man, great point. Yeah, that'd be great.
Turn it against them. Matt for $20 says problem is platforms like X and YouTube get Section 230 protection, which affords them a loophole around the First Amendment. They aren't treated like a publisher, even though they edit content. Congress could, but won't fix it. No, it benefits them. They wouldn't do that. Rod says remember that people defend LeBron to be a strong guy, but all that goes to the crapper when someone uploaded a photo with his stunt double from Space Jam. Michael did not need stunt double. Michael's MVP. Flickerbox became a YouTube member. Thank you so much for your support this week, man.
Thanks, Flickerbox.
Suna Soul Services, patience and humility has become a rare trait. Exactly. Norm says, stop, please stop. This is a violation of the Geneva Convention. I'm assuming that was a quote. Max says, this is the result of low IQs and an internet connection. Yes. D-Day COD Job 11 says, there's only one Stanley Cup, the NHL trophy. Then Javi says AEW is not a real business. It's a hobby for Tony.
True.
Yeah.
You're caught up on the tubes.
All right. Mercenary came in and says, I'm sorry, but you were talking about Zack Snyder as if he actually made some good movies. The man has never made a good movie in his life. Not a one. I can only trust Zack Snyder to do one thing, and that's making bad movies. Thanks, Mercenary. Shaker says, Craig, do you believe in Joe Henry? Jeff does.
I do.
That's right.
Sorry.
Absolutely. Grape Sweeper says the DSPN Casino was so great, man. Have you seen it? No, I have not. Like I said, I don't really care, right? Like I wish I could tell you that I had a strong feeling for it. I think it's great that I don't know how many times I can say, but some people don't hear it the first, second, or fifth time. That I think it's great. I hope that DSP feels like he got everything out that he needed to get out. I'm sorry we asked questions 18 months ago. I'm sorry some people liked it. I'm sorry some people didn't like it. But at the end of the day, I'm not sorry about any of that. There you go. I'm sorry you want me to apologize for something or be upset about something that I'm not upset about at all. So Michael Shannon came in as a patron, which is interesting. Thank you so much, Michael. Really appreciate that. Good stuff. Also, over on Rumble.
The hard R.
Yes. Remdog says, so Doom 1 and 2 enhanced trailer, new maps. What can I say? I see new Boomer Doom, and I ho nuts. Thank you, Remdog. Appreciate it. Yeah, Doom 1 and 2 enhanced. Saw that. That's pretty good stuff. Mark of Reality says people in the UK need to get very familiar with modern VPNs. Virtual private networks allow the user to change their location, including across borders from the free state of Florida. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. They can't starve you. Says never give up your guns. I would donate more, but I'm off to buy more guns. And ladies across the pond, thank you so much. Appreciate your support over there. And Jared
I got a
says,
locals tip.
awesome. Give me just 1 second. Jared says, since Blab's never seen Arnold movies, I will come forward and say that I've never played a single Zelda game. Jared,
What?
it's okay. It's okay, Jared.
I've never played a Zelda game either. Although I
What?
own one, I've just never played it. I had no interest. It just doesn't interest me.
Oh, it seems like you'd like it.
I agree.
I know. I should
think I'm
probably
dead.
try it. I just
Which one is it? Don't say Skyward Sword.
no. It's the one that was it Breath of the Wild.
Oh, you're gonna love that game. Just
It's a
turn it
good
on,
one.
go exploring.
Yeah,
Find
I
and
might just
breathe.
do that.
Listen, I've gotten past the point, the idea of everybody has their blind spot when it comes to pop culture or games or whatever. And I'm okay with that. With that said, Blabs' blind spot of Arnold is unacceptable, and I can't accept that.
Thank you.
Just kidding. All right, Jared says, let's get to the chopper of all the Arnold movies I've seen. The ones that I have not seen yet are Terminator, Twins, or True Lies. Oh, you're missing out a couple good ones.
What?
You've never seen the Terminator? Oh, wow.
T2 is a great one too. B. Barrett says, did I ever tell you about the time I accidentally drank a can of body spray? What? Now I can speak in a strange accent. See what he did there? That's rough. It's rough. And let's see, what do we got over here? Oh, Revolt came in and says Trump is making a reserve of 1 million Bitcoin that can't be sold, can only be used to pay the debt. Interesting. And B. Barrett says, whatever happened to Blabs watching UHF? I think we're gonna hold off on movie watching till after she gets back from her trip. So sometime in October, we'll do some of that. So
Best month of the year.
there you go. All right.
My birthday.
No, I'm not ready yet. Over
Ah,
on
nice.
locals, Just G sent $1 tip saying Skies of Arcadia. Favorite, ported from Dreamcast. +1 to tech. And then Vice says, I emulate Skies of Arcadia on Dolphin and play at 4K with an HDR texture back. Breathes new life to the game. There you go. Thank you, guys.
I want to try
Now we're
that.
caught up.
All right. Guys, do us a favor and please go check out Logan. Links to Logan's channel are down below. Logan will be in front of his computer the rest of the day trying to buy a
Yes, I will.
Astro Boy controller. Astrobot or Astro Boy? What is it called?
Astrobot.
Astrobot controller. Yeah, Astro Boy is the anime.
Yeah.
And Jeff is going to be, I think he's going to get up and do 5 miles on a treadmill, which will be great. Right, Jeff?
Actually, it's an exercise bike, and I
Oh,
will
let's go.
be. I mean, I could broadcast from there later, but I'm going to go film toy videos for tomorrow, folks. So be on the lookout for that.
Go get it. You guys can obviously go find Blabs on her channel as well. Honey Badger just came in under the gun. Says Blabs, Arnold is overrated, but Zelda is awesome. Play Breath of the Wild. It's a good one. It's a good
Yeah,
one.
I was gifted and I never picked it up. I'm not a huge Switch person. That's why. That's like the only reason why I just haven't played it.
You're not going to put it down once you start.
And Mighty Megatron came in and says Tampon 10 drank horse jism. All right, thanks, Mighty Megatron. Appreciate it.
Oh,
All right, with that said, it's time to get out of here.
go.
Thank you very much for your support. Appreciate y'all allowing us to do this on a day-to-day basis and being a part of our life and allowing us to be a part of yours. With that said, we'll be back at it Monday at 11 a.m. Central Time, as we are Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to around this time. Blaz, what do we got?
Ben's Corn Farm says, Jeff, I'd love to see you as a guest on FNT, TMNE, or the real BBC.
Tell them to give me a call or tell me how to apply. I'd love to go on and talk entertainment.
Let's go. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys Monday when we're back at it. But until then, remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great weekend, guys. Get outside, touch some grass, and enjoy the real life that is out there, not this crazy thing going on the internet. You guys have a great week.